What is going on, guys? Quick video today. It's gonna be a quick little before and after, and I'm sure you can tell by the title of the video. Today we're gonna be building Lucille. Lucille, of course, the bat from The Walking Dead, Negan's bat. This is something I've been wanting for a long time. I was a fan of the comics before I was a fan of the show, or before the show was even on, so naturally this is just kind of a cool thing to have. You actually can go buy a Negan bat, an official Negan bat. I think it's McFarlane Toys, but that thing costs 200 bucks, and I'm a bit of a cheapskate, so I wanted to build my own. And here's the other thing. Going and buying like a legit Louisville Slugger is kind of expensive. I think the cheapest I've seen them is about 50 or 60 bucks when you try to buy them online. And this is not the exact Louisville Slugger that is used in the show, or the one that they kind of portray in the comics either. But this is going to have to do. I picked this one up at a flea market for 10 bucks, and it's really, really hard to find a good wooden bat that cheap that's in fairly good condition. I mean, obviously it's been used, but it's in good shape. So essentially this is going to be the before. Then we are going to skip to the after once I've got it all finished up, and I'll tell you everything that I did to it. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to finish this, but as far as you guys are concerned, it's going to be pretty much instantaneous. And here it is, all finished up. Here is Lucille. Let's go ahead and take an up-close and personal look and see what she's got going on here. And what do you know? We've got a bat wrapped in barbed wire. What more do you need, right? All you need for the zombie apocalypse, all right there. Now, I will say this took about a week to put together, just because I spent a week waiting on the barbed wire to show up, because I had to order it online. Locally, nobody wants to sell you less than 1,000 feet of barbed wire, and obviously I don't need anywhere near that much, so ordered it on Amazon, cost me about 15 bucks. Took a week to get here. I've got about an hour and a half to 2 hours wrapped up in actually making Lucille here, but let me go ahead and break it down real quick as far as what I did, just to kind of give you guys a heads up in case you're looking at doing this yourself. First up, I got some paint stripper, just that can spray paint stripper, the stuff you spray on, it foams up, and the foam just basically eats off all finish, paint, decals, everything, right? Then left that on there for about 10 minutes, then wiped everything down with a paper towel. Come back with my Sharpie, and I drew on my fake Louisville Slugger logo, because of course The Walking Dead doesn't have the rights to use the real Louisville Slugger logo. So in the comics and on the TV show, they just draw a black oval just to kind of give the impression that's what it is, but without actually using that logo. So I basically got rid of a legitimate Louisville Slugger logo for a fake one. But hey, that's what Lucille is all about. Then came back with a little bit of a mix of a finish that I came up with on my own, which was a mix of English chestnut, a little bit of red dye, and some true oil to give it kind of that reddish honey gold color, just kind of like a normal bat would be, and the way it looks on the show. I don't understand why on the replicas that I see, you know, you've got the $100 plastic replicas from McFarlane Toys, and then you got the $200 ones that I think actually are legitimately wood, and they're this really, really dark brown wood color. Well, in the comics, it's a black and white comic. You can't tell what color it is. And on the show, it's just a regular colored bat. So I don't know why people are doing that really, really dark wood color, but I decided to stick with what you see on the show and go with something like this. After that, I started wrapping the barbed wire on there. So you start here at the top. Do one wrap over the top after you staple it in with those U-shaped, they call them fence staples, but they're nails. Wrap it over the top. Another fence staple there, and then just start wrapping down the bat from that point, and put a staple in every so often. So you got a staple here, got a staple here, got a staple here, and then one more right there at the end. So 6 of those staples total holding this in. Drive those staples in really, really good. I pounded them in with a punch just to make sure they're really embedded into the bat. And then as far as wrapping the barbed wire on here, I recommend you get it started at the top, and then take the other end of your barbed wire, put it in a vise, and then pull the bat away from the vise and really stretch that barbed wire tight, and then just start rolling your way towards the end of the wire, and then stop and put a staple in every so often. So that way this stuff is wrapped really, really tight. It's almost embedded into the bat as tight as I wrapped it around there. So that way this stuff's not going to move. It's not going to shift. All right. So you got a good tight wrap around the end of your bat. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is basically how you make Lucille. Now, I recommend get yourself some work gloves. Obviously, you're going to need your Sharpie. You're going to need your box of these little staples, nails, whatever you want to call them, little U-shaped nails. All right. And you're going to need some needle nose pliers just to kind of work with the barbed wire as you're wrapping it to get it to wrap just right and get everything held down together. So that's pretty much it. That's what you need. I got about 40 bucks invested in this thing. So I didn't go out and buy a plastic replica for 100 bucks or a wooden replica for 200. I got a real legitimate Lucille, a real legitimate melee weapon, okay, for 40 bucks. All right, and again, this is a real legitimate melee weapon. This is not a kid's toy. This is not something you're going to take to Comic-Con and cosplay with, because they're not going to let you in the door with it. This is a real legitimate weapon that can really, really hurt somebody. So again, not for kids. This is just something cool to have for me. I wanted to build it for myself, and I know a lot of you guys out there would love to do the same thing. So that is pretty much it. If there's anything I did not cover in the video, ask me questions, comments, anything like that, and I will try to get back with you if you are interested in building one of these. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and we will talk to you guys later. Thanks.